Hey, I got 1,000 subscribers in just 8 days. Let me show you exactly how. Follow these steps and you can grow your channel fast too.
And this quote from creator George Alexander just hits home, doesn't it? It's that feeling of creating into a void, wondering if anyone is even out there watching. It's a feeling a lot of new creators know way too well. But let's actually put a number on that feeling. 11. After 6 weeks of planning, shooting, editing, and posting, just 11 subscribers to show for it. I mean, can you imagine? George Alexander actually gave this period a name, and it's perfect. He called it the dead zone. But here's the crazy part. For him, just one single video changed absolutely everything. And today, we're going to unpack the 5 key chapters in your new growth playbook that can do the exact same thing for you. Okay, you ready? Let's dive in. All right, first up, surviving that dead zone. This is the first and honestly the biggest hurdle for any new channel. It's about escaping that initial black hole of low engagement. So what's the secret to getting out? Well, first, we have to get our expectations right. See, most of us think YouTube growth is going to be like learning an instrument. You know, a slow, steady, linear climb. You practice a little every day, you get a little bit better. But the reality of YouTube? It's almost never like that. It's more like this graph on the right. A long, frustrating flatline, followed by a sudden, massive exponential spike from one breakout video that changes the whole game. The biggest challenge holding you in that dead zone is this powerful psychological barrier called negative social proof. You've probably felt this yourself. It's that little voice in a viewer's head that sees your video has like 15 views and automatically thinks, if nobody else is watching this, it probably isn't very good. It actually discourages them from even giving you a shot. So how in the world do you fight that? Well, the solution is actually kind of counterintuitive. Instead of trying to fake it till you make it and pretend you're some established expert, you embrace the journey. You lean into being a beginner. This, right here, is your secret advantage. And this quote about Joe Fazer's first video just illustrates the point perfectly. People don't always want the polished professor. A lot of the time, they'd much rather learn from someone who's just 1 or 2 steps ahead of them on the same journey. They want to connect with a real person, not just get a lecture. Okay, so you've embraced your role as the relatable guide. You've made a great video. But now comes the next stage of the funnel. YouTube is showing your video to people, but how do you get them to actually click on it? It all comes down to one absolutely critical metric, your click-through rate, or CTR. It's simple, really. It's just the percentage of people who see your thumbnail and title and decide to click. A high CTR is a massive signal to YouTube that you've got something people want to see. You've won the first battle for their attention. So, what's a good CTR? Well, most channels are going to fall somewhere between 2 and 10%. But if you're aiming for real growth, you want to be in that 4 to 10% range. That's a really solid goal. And if you start hitting anything above 10%, well, my friend, you are officially in viral territory. The key to a high CTR is really about mastering the psychology of a great thumbnail. Now get this, your brain processes images 60,000 times faster than text. 60,000. So a clear, high-contrast image with a human face showing real emotion, it's always going to beat a cluttered, confusing thumbnail with tons of text. Okay, success. They clicked. You won the click. But don't start celebrating just yet, because now a new clock starts ticking, and you have an incredibly tiny window of time to convince them to stick around. The top creators on the platform know this. You have 5, maybe 10 seconds, tops, to deliver a powerful hook that grabs their attention. If you fail here, they're gone with a single click. And even worse, YouTube's algorithm sees that and takes note, and that can really hurt your video's chances of getting shown to more people. So what's one of the most effective ways to hook someone? It's a technique called a pattern interrupt. See, our brains are basically on autopilot when we're scrolling. A pattern interrupt is anything unexpected, a shocking statistic, a weird visual, a surprising question that breaks that pattern and forces our brain to wake up and pay attention. And look, this isn't just some clever theory. The data proves it works. Videos that use a strong pattern interrupt right at the beginning see, on average, a 23% higher viewer retention. In a world where every second of watch time matters, 23% is a massive advantage. The core principle behind all of this is to be absolutely ruthless and remove all the fluff. As the huge creator Mark Rober says, every single second has to earn its place in your video. If it's not adding value, if it's not moving the story forward, you cut it. Period. All right, so you've gotten the click, you've hooked their attention. Now we need to zoom out a bit and talk about a core strategic decision every single new creator has to make. Should you be focusing your energy on shorts or on longer videos? To really understand shorts, you have to understand the algorithm that powers them. It's often called a seed audience lottery, and it's a two-stage process. First, your short goes into the explore phase, where YouTube shows it to a small test audience. If that audience likes it, if they watch and don't swipe away, it gets promoted to the exploit phase, where it gets pushed out to a massive audience and has a real shot at going viral. So here's the crucial thing to understand. Each of these formats serves a totally different purpose. Shorts are like a sugar rush. They're amazing for fast subscriber growth and getting quick exposure. Long-form content, on the other hand, is like a healthy, satisfying meal. It's what builds a stronger, more loyal, and ultimately, a more profitable audience over the long haul. Okay, it's time for the final piece of the puzzle. Let's tie all of these tactics and strategies together into a sustainable system for growth. It really all comes down to having the right mindset. According to YouTube strategist Patty Galloway, this might be the most important mental shift a creator can make. Stop thinking of your channel like a fun little hobby and start treating it like a small business. Because just like any business, your content needs a competitive advantage to succeed, something that you can do that other people can't. Real success isn't about finding some magic bullet. It's about building a system. It means relentless consistency, posting that one video a week and never, ever missing. It means being a student of the game, constantly learning. And it means treating every single video you make as a new data point, a chance to learn and get just a little bit better for the next one. And that brings us to the final and I think the most important takeaway of all. The answer to this one question is the foundation of your entire channel. It's the key that will unlock everything and help you finally break through all the noise. So you have to ask yourself, what is your unfair advantage?